Monster Island, set in the tense and chaotic Pacific Ocean theater of World War II, two men find themselves thrown together by both war and fate. The film begins in May 1942 aboard a Japanese hell ship transporting Allied prisoners of war and Japanese soldiers, among them Saito, Dean Fujioka, a Japanese soldier branded a traitor, shackled as punishment, and Bronson, Callum Woodhouse, a British POW deeply resentful and distrustful of Japanese captors. Their ship becomes a floating hell when it is torpedoed by Allied submarines, sending Saito, Bronson, and others into the watery chaos. Miraculously they survive the sinking but find themselves washed ashore on a seemingly deserted island, chained together physically by shackles, and psychologically by hatred and the weight of wartime atrocities. Their survival seems almost secondary at first to their enmity, language divides them, cultural wounds fester, and every moment of relief is shadowed by fear that the sea, the island, or the creature prowling at night will decide their fates. Soon they realize that death by starvation, exposure, or wild animals is not the worst threat. They are being hunted by a mythological creature drawn from Malay folklore named the Orang Ikan, a humanoid aquatic monster with gills, teeth, and primal ferocity, inspired by legends of man-fish hybrids who haunt island shores. At first, only distant ripples, strange exhalations through water, and the glint of something swimming at dusk tease the horror, building dread. As Saito and Bronson attempt to navigate the island's dense forest, rivers, and rocky coastline, they must confront both the physical horrors of survival and the emotional ones of betrayal and hate. Scenes of wounds, makeshift camps, thirst, fleeting memories of home, guilt for past violence, nightmares, and regret thread through the narrative. The island itself becomes a character: heat, humidity, poisonous flora, screeches at night, coral reefs that slice their feet, flood tides that threaten their shelter. Through all this, the audience is forced to watch Saito and Bronson's hate, born of national loyalty and wartime brutality, clash with their instinct to survive, and gradually find an uneasy, forced cooperation, because alone, with a monster on their tail, neither can last long. As days bleed into nights, Saito and Bronson are pushed beyond mental and physical limits by the relentless threat of Orang Ikan. The creature becomes more than beast, it is reflection of nature's fury, of human cruelty, of isolation and fear. Saito, as a traitor, is already ostracized by his own side. Bronson, hating him, sees the monster as more external than internal, something to kill rather than understand, until the creature's actions force Bronson to see vulnerability in their shared humanity. They share scarce food, swap secrets, Bronson's memories of life before war, Sato's shame, his reasons for betrayal, what traitor means in a society torn apart. Key scenes show them improvising weapons, spears, traps, fire, sometimes failing, sometimes the creature ambushes them in shallow water, dragging victims under, leaving only splattered blood and frantic cries. The monster's mythology becomes clearer when they discover symbols etched into stone caves, fish skeletons arranged in ritualistic patterns, perhaps evidence the creature isn't just monster, but guardian or avenger of the island, born out of old grievances, perhaps even vengeance against humans who invaded its domain. Saito and Bronson's relationship shifts from forced alliance to something like mutual respect. Grudging humor emerges in small gestures, a shared egg, heated argument about what to do next, laughter and relief after narrowly escaping a cliff collapse, fear that the monster might be pregnant or seeking to protect its offspring. Tension raises when they suspect there may be more than one Orang Ikan, or that the creature is using underwater routes, manipulating tides, luring them with bait, ambushing at river mouths. Their differences, language, culture, obedience versus survival instinct, both divide and illuminate. In one scene, Bronson refuses to leave Saito when he is injured though hatred still burns, showing survival isn't just for the body but for conscience. Visual shift, moonlight on water, rainstorms, long shadows underwater, scaly silhouette glimpses, over-the-shoulder camera work that reveals the monster just enough to frighten, not enough to define. Every time the monster's teeth are revealed, heartbeats pound. Every time silence falls, dread grows. The final act of Monster Island delivers a brutal confrontation, testing how far enemies can become allies when everything is at stake. Bruised, starving, wounded, Saito and Bronson prepare a last-ditch plan to trap Orang Ikan using fire, explosives, jungle terrain, and clever misdirection. In a tense sequence, they lure the creature into a mangrove swamp stretch, using flaming torches, lures made from fish carcasses, and one of them nearly sacrifices himself to draw the monster away. The creature pursues through crashing waves and across overturned cargo crates, eventually getting caught in a trap. Saito, speaking in broken English, offers mercy, or at least peace. Bronson faces a choice: kill the beast, or let it go into the depths, wounded, perhaps to return as protector, perhaps to die alone. The monster is wounded, bleeding, fierce, but in its final moments, some hint of its vulnerability, sounds of its labored breathing underwater, a slow retreat. The creature vanishes beyond the reefs, leaving only blood on the sand and the sound of waves crashing. The island, scarred, witnesses the men's collapse to the sand, bodies trembling, eyes haunted. Bronson cradles Sato's arm, Saito whispers regrets, they share a look that acknowledges both hate and respect, that neither will return to the world the same. The end doesn't offer clean answers, the monster's fate unknown, the horrors of war still burning in both men. When rescue, or chance ships, arrive, Bronson stares at the sea, chest heaving. Saito, limping, watches the horizon. They survived, but at cost. Guilt, empathy, trauma remain. So if you want to watch this kind of short movie explanation videos, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update of our latest video.